Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice Cast, where we take a look at the voice actors of your favorite animated characters, and we figure out which one's the best, the worst, and the weirdest. I'm your host Justin, and with me always is Will. We are continuing our Pokemon train by looking at some supporting characters who you all know and love, Officer Jenny and Nurse Joy. Well, Officer Jenny today, we were going to be doing a double feature, but then we realized that Officer Jenny has 11 goddamn voices to her name. I mean, I get that they're siblings and stuff, but it's like what the hell, man?
No, you don't understand. Each sibling, or each person in the family, it's per generation. In the first Pokemon game, let's say there are, the stereotypical 8 cities, right?
Yeah.
That's 8 Officer Jennys. That's 8 Officer Jennys in just Kanto. And then you have the 8 in Sinnoh, and 8 in Johto, and 8 in Hoenn, and 8 in etc., etc. But then there are also dupes of Jennys in each city. So there was literally an army of Jenny and an army of Joy. Damn. That's going to be my new Reich name, the Army of Joy.
First of all, let me put this in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, 5 stars, comments down below wherever the hell you are, and let us know down there in the comments who's your best, your worst, and your weirdest after watching this show. Will, who is Officer Jenny?
Officer Jenny, the anime's adaptation of the NPC that normally stands between the entrance to every city in Pokemon and in some checkpoints between 2 routes. It is usually an authoritative person, but usually depicted as a male. But for the anime purposes, based on the Electric Adventures of Pikachu manga and other mangas, Officer Jenny is depicted as a female, and has been a staple since the Indigo League, which was the first anime adaptation. The anime adaptation, in turn, was originally started by 4Kids, and was published by Viz Media. First up, during the Indigo League, we will be covering Lee Quick, the first Officer Jenny voice.
Actually, Pikachu won't be the only one running this race because you have to run too, Ash.
Me? How come?
Ash, a master will never be respected if he won't do something he asks his own Pokemon to do.
Really?
I'll be running too, so let's get started, shall we, Ash?
Unfortunately about Lee Quick is she has only done one other thing, and that's Here is Greenwood, an English dub of an anime in 1996. Other than that, there's nothing else on her behind the voice actors.
Also, apparently, according to IMDb, she was the lead twins in this 90s OVA called Twin Angels. So her voice is the start of what I'm considering as the youngest form of Jenny. She's probably, at this point, somewhere in the... I don't know, what's her age? Probably 17, 18, I would say.
Let's say 17, 18.
She's just getting started in her career. She's got a lot of spunk, and she wants to do big, important things by helping people. Literally, her introduction to the show is jumping her bike into the Pokemon Center and crashing through the door.
That was the episode where Team Rocket took over the Pokemon Center.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out they just have an army of Pikachu in the back as a backup generator. PETA loved that episode.
Did they actually comment on it?
No, I don't know. I don't pay attention to those fucking whack jobs.
I mean, I only care when they put out a new video game.
The last thing I saw them do was they would invade people's Animal Crossing islands, and they would immediately charge into the museum and would start, shouting and protesting, let them free, let them free, let them free.
Oh, God.
Even though you can only eat fruits and turnips in Animal Crossing.
So basically, the only thing that you can do, according to PETA's bylaws, is just stand around and diddle yourself.
Yeah, you can't eat fruit either, because that interrupts the bugs that naturally live on the island. PETA's dumb.
Yeah, they are. So, Quick starts out kind of rough. Like we said, she didn't have a lot of roles before this. Her delivery's a bit off, but just for the sake of doing this for about 8 years. Of course, naturally, she just got better over time just by doing it.
Absolutely.
And she, of course, cemented the attitude to the character. Always doing her job with a smile, even if she does things a little bit extreme. Kind of like the big sister of the Pokemon world.
She definitely has that big sister vibe, the way that she talks. She's very authoritative but protective and really takes her job seriously. And in several instances of the show, like, mind you, she just doesn't have a bike. She has a motorcycle. She's a motor cop. And that's badass.
Yeah.
Like, she just tells Ash, get on! And just crashes into things.
Of course, obviously being a contrast to Nurse Joy, who's more of...
The sweet, innocent older sister type.
Exactly. It's like, Nurse Joy, you'll talk to her about your problems, and Jenny's just the one who teaches you how to fight by beating you up every day.
No, Jenny's the one that will beat up your bully and say, see what I did? Do that next time he messes with you.
Anyway, moving on. Jamie Davyous Owens, who chronologically is the next Jenny after Lee Quick left the scenes, but unfortunately she didn't have a lot of time to shine because after only 5 episodes, the Pokemon International Company change happened.
Dr. Gordon, are you saying that you were somehow involved in creating this gigantic Caterpie? Now make sure that candy of yours is locked away so there's no more danger to anyone.
And then, surprisingly, she would actually be replaced by... she would be replaced by a person who previously showed up as a guest on here. Emmeline Morinelli. Tony Chopper from 4Kids One Piece.
Not the 4Kids one, the Danish one.
The Danish One Piece.
But before we get to that, we have to do a speed bump going to the Mastermind and Mirage Pokemon movie. That gem of a dub.
Kayzie Rogers.
Actually, there are 2 of them for this special. Kayzie Rogers and Diane Stilwell.
Nurse Joy, what? What's wrong?
Massive amounts of data are being downloaded from Pokemon centers worldwide.
Are you sure?
I'll bet it's Mirage Master.
Huh?
He's gathering data to use in the Mirage system he stole from Dr. Young.
Not for long. Let's get him. Now!
No, sir. Although we're still investigating, we haven't a clue as to where Young is located.
Each of them had 1 line, and they were both 2 different Officer Jennies. Both of them are not very good.
But Kayzie Rogers herself is a Pokemon alumni. Being there ever since Johto. Ever since Kanto.
Wow, Buffett.
And in Kanto, she was Brutella, one of the sisters during the invasion of the giant Tentacruel. She was also Professor Ivy from the Orange Islands.
Yeah, she's got some voices that I like. She was Ash's Totodile, his Cyndaquil. Very iconic Pokemon noises. Outside of that, it's just, the direction is really, really bad. Like, she sounds like that she's constantly looking down at her lines. Like, not for long. Let's get him. I mean, I think that there's a... Also, I think that during that clip, there's a fart sound effect while Brock is talking to her somewhere. I don't know.
Bizarre. Oh, also for Advanced Generation, we have Maya Rosewood.
I wanted...
Would only
what
voice
about Stilwell?
Officer Jenny.
What about Stilwell?
Let's see. I have to actually pull this up because Diane Stilwell is not credited.
Yeah, behind the voice actors, raise your game, please. I had to get a lot of clips for this show.
Let's see. Diane
It's like they only have
Stilwell.
half of them. Although, granted, the crediting for Officer Jenny is pretty fucked, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's see. She was in... No. That's her only, like, voice acting role, actually. I mean, she was in the TV series The Kavanaghs, The Oldest Rookie, Mama's Boy, Who's the Boss.
A bit more of a live action actor as opposed to
Definitely
doing voices.
live action. Probably trying to get that quick paycheck.
I'm not feeling this one either. I mean, the context is that...
She sounds bored.
Yeah, and too sad. I understand that she's upset that she failed her job and the bad guy got away, but if Jenny was upset and she failed, she would try to keep a brave face, not just be like, oh, I'm sorry that we couldn't stop him. We don't know what happened to him. It's like, no, that's not my Jenny. Who are you? Quick set a very specific type of personality with the character, and a lot of these who are so short in performing these roles that there's not even a lot to even say about them. There are stuff that I was able to say about the characters themselves, but the voices are, either good, bad, or, the first one that I grew up with. Anyway, we are at the point of our timeline where 4Kids lost the licensing rights to Pokemon and was replaced by the Pokemon Company International, where Jenny is voiced by Emmeline Morinelli.
So, Team Rocket's in Sinnoh, huh?
Yeah, and I've got to find those crooks quick, because they took my Pikachu.
Ash, Sinnoh's a big place. Instead of wandering around trying to find them all by yourself, why don't you leave that to me, and I'll take you to Professor Rowan's lab where you can say hello.
Lee Quick's spunk is back, baby! This is a very good duplication of Quick. And I'm really happy for this because it's a 3 voice actor separation between the 2 actors, so I'm glad that spunk and personality did not get lost in translation. And I think this is the one that I remember the most from when I was younger, if not just the general vibe of the personality.
Emmeline Morinelli. She covered for a 4Kids voice actor that didn't return. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, she plays Alexis.
And in GX, of course.
Mm-hmm. And also in the weird Danish dub, she's Tony Chopper.
Yeah, of One Piece. And also Zoe from Diamond and Pearl. I guess she's was important.
Well, yeah. She was Dawn's rival.
Also in Pokemon, though, she would be one of the voices for Cassidy.
Which we covered in our Cassidy section of our previous Pokemon video.
That's right.
Oh, no, wait. Emmeline Morinelli was the original voice of Alexis Rhodes.
Yeah, I said that! You lazy fuck, you can't scroll down.
You're the one fucking confusing me, you fucking shyster!
What the fuck did I do?
Cause Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was a fucking 4Kids dub!
You still didn't pick up on the fact that she was in the original anyway.
I don't know, I look at Pokemon Masters, and I look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and I think maybe some people don't take their fucking roles back! I don't know!
Moving back to the original franchise that we were discussing before.
Speaking of mistakes.
We got Maya Rosewood for one episode, The Green Guardian.
I'm sorry, but there was so much rain last night, we just had an awful mudslide. There is a detour if you're in a hurry. Huh? Just for times like this. It's a little bit off the beaten path, but it does run all the way to Fuchsia City.
And for one voice acting role.
This was just in the middle of Morinelli's reign as Jenny, I guess you could say. She's literally on screen for like 15 seconds. You never see her again. It's just a quick and dirty replacement for one episode. She's trying to make her sound a little bit older. I don't think she cared.
Nope. Not at all.
I forgot about this. Back to Morinelli real fast. There was an Officer Jenny episode where... What are the big sunglasses that like reflect and shit?
Aviators?
Aviator. There was this Officer Jenny focus episode where she wore aviators. Just to set the tone, she enters with the Akira bike scene. Like, you know what I mean? The iconic bike stop where she, like, breaks sideways on her bike.
And then drags on for, like, half a city block.
It was so weird. I was honestly convinced that this one Officer Jenny was, like, the run-to-the-litter autistic one. Because she has a chat with her, and in order to fight crime, she throws bowling balls at people.
Hot.
Team Rocket had this robot that just so happened to be shaped like a bowling pin. And they were trying to do this dirty, Harry-esque thing where it's like, you used all 3 of your bowling balls. Oh, did I? And then it turns out she totally did.
Oh. Gutterball.
There's some weird episodes.
It's Pokemon. What do you expect?
So, Lipica Shah is next during Pokemon Black and White. We're not in Ruby and Sapphire, we're jumping all the way to Black and White.
Because that's what's on the Behind the Voice Actors page.
Debuting in the episode Dreams by the Yardful.
Attention!
Officer Jenny!
You must return your Pokémon to their Pokéballs immediately. Pokémon are falling asleep all over the city after being exposed to a mysterious pink light. You must hurry.
Lipica Shah would also voice Lala Sune in Mobile Suit Gundam The Origin, and Makaya, when the Promised Flower blooms, she'd play Racine.
And personally for me, Nishimiya's mother from A Silent Voice. Such a great movie. I cried after watching it.
I cried listening to her do Jenny. Sorry.
This is...
I cried when I heard her voicing Jenny.
Okay, this is really funny to me, because I felt the same way as you, and then I went through this strange mental arc with this character. I'm not kidding. Where, at first I thought, okay, yeah, she's shit, but is she trying to act mature? Because I look at this shitty-ass uniform that she's wearing, and I'm like...
And this dumbass haircut.
Horrible. I mean... I'll get to that in a second. God damn. But then I just got this thought about, like, Officer Jenny starts, she's more of a rambunctious, older child. She just started her career, she wants to kick some ass and start throwing her motorcycle through as many buildings as possible. And now maybe she's at this point in her life where she's kind of being more self-conscious and becoming more of a woman, right? So she's dressing more secretly, trying to keep her hair subtle and stuff like that. What was that?
Not secretly. Not secretly. Secretly is discretion. Discreetly.
Hey man, I secrete whenever I see Officer Jenny, so I don't know what the problem is.
And now we're demonetized. To be fair, we weren't monetized in the first place. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. YouTube. Strike a deal with us. We're waiting, buddy. We're waiting, booby.
So, I know I'm crazy, but it's just this weird narrative that I made for myself.
To save your sanity.
Yeah, just...
From disappointment.
I went through this weird phase because I was kind of going insane trying to connect all the dots for all these voice actors. But also, yeah, this is the first time that her uniform and her design made a radical change. It looks like shit.
She looks like a park ranger, not a police officer.
Yeah. Okay.
See, most everywhere in the world, police either wear black or blue. She's wearing brown.
Color design 101, people. Her blue uniform and her green hair is supposed to complement her red and orange eyes. That's why she looks so good. But you make her dress in all tan and cut her hair so that you barely see it?
And make her eyes brown. Noticeably browner.
Yeah. Also, personally, I think hats look the best with longer hair.
Absolutely. Now, mind you, I have a police hat of my own. She's not that her hair is cut short. She stuffed all of her hair in her hat. That's why it puffs up in that weird angle.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't filled, it would be flatter at the top. But no, that thing's puffing up almost perfectly circular. So all of her hair, whatever remains that's not her shoulder blade length blue hair, is just now this really crappy, like, oh, you know the stereotype mom haircut?
Yeah.
Just a stereotype mom haircut.
The MILF haircut, where it's cut short.
I wouldn't say MILF.
Eh?
Nah, MILFs with long hair all day, every day.
In Pokemon X and Y, she had a much better uniform design update and a new voice actress again. Saskia
Maarleveld.
Thank you.
So the Malamar from the radio observatory's on this mountain?
Yes, and with 2 other Malamar. After the terrifying incident at the radio observatory, I began a secret investigation. Malamar are highly intelligent. Look at this. They manipulated the Kalos region's most distinguished scientists into activating their device for use as a weapon.
Saskia Maarleveld, a 4Kids actress, actually. On Winx Club, she would play Tekna and Stormy. And in World of Winx Club, she would voice Tekna and Bloom. But in Arc 5, she'd also voice Yoko Sakaki. Why she's not on BTVA, I will punch someone in the mouth for later.
Yeah. We've had some beef with Behind the Voice Actors because we actually do the research.
Do your fucking jobs, website.
Do your fucking free job that you do because you love the work, you fucking pieces of shit.
Or hire us. Affiliate with us, please. We need money.
Or sponsor us. I know you have a Patreon. Why don't you do something with us with your Patreon? First of all, the design looks a lot better. Once again, going back to that blue, more emphasizing the lighter blue that she had in the center of her outfit from the original design, and sporting a vest and stockings to help with the general professionalism of it.
Funny thing is, in one of the episodes she comes in on, she's voiced by an officer, Jenny, that is possessed by a Malamar.
Yeah, I know.
Which is causing her and other people to do evil things. Which is funny because that was a major plot point from Pokémon the first movie, where the person who sent out all the letters and the person who greeted all the trainers was a Nurse Joy that Mewtwo was possessing and taking a hold of.
So that's the famous Pikachu. A strong-looking Pokémon indeed. I think I'll make you my servant right here and now. Malamar. Farewell, fools.
I think it's as much of a stretch as me thinking there's a narrative thing with black and white shitty uniform, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Look, I'm just saying cinematic parallels, no pun intended.
Yeah. But what's funny is that she's hypnotized during this, but when she's not hypnotized, she sounds exactly as bored and hypnotized as she did before. She's very samey to Shah, so it's not great. I mean, this should have been an opportunity for her to really go all out with the, hello, I'm going to hypnotize you, or something like that. You know, really put some fanfare into it.
Put some oomph. Fanfare is music. I think they're just trying to imitate the Pokemon Company International standard, and by sticking to that standard, you get wooden attempt. Which is also very weird, because Saskia Maarleveld, she does voices, she reads for Audible. She's been nominated for Best Female Narrator and for multi-voiced performances. She's official under Penguin Random House Audio.
That's kind of the problem in our position, is that unless we have Maarleveld to come in and literally tell us what the problem was, because this could have easily just been direction too.
She does live here in New York. I can hunt her down.
What's her name and her address?
I'm not going to. Please don't call the cops.
There's also something else that I kind of picked up on. Lee Quick and Emily Morinelli, Jenny was in the show all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And just as the series went on, they just started using Jenny less and less. Which, to be fair, compared to Joy, in a show where it's all about creatures fighting each other, where they need to constantly get healed, you get a lot more of the doctor who will heal those Pokemon as opposed to
a police officer.
Exactly. Actually, my favorite part of the whole Hypnotize Officer Jenny episodes, which this arc, quote unquote, expanded from the episodes A Conspiracy of Conquer and Facing the Great Design, which is two random episodes that one was in one season and the other was in another. It's almost as if the second episode was like, oh shit, we need to conclude this Malamar storyline, and then it just kind of whatever.
Because they set it up, but then they didn't do anything on it.
Yeah, they concluded it. It was very forced. The plot of it is that during this time, James had an Inkay, who, if you guys know evolutions, Inkay would eventually evolve into Malamar. So, James's Inkay is fucking pissed at this Malamar when he sees him, and really wants to stop it. Just so happens that they are in an area that has Inkay and Malamar and a whole bunch of other bug Pokemon just hanging out. That's just where they are. James's Inkay gets all of these good Pokemon to help stop the evil Malamars. And of course, they succeed. And that stuff isn't interesting to me at all. It sucks. But my favorite part is the ending of it. James's Inkay is kind of like celebrating with the rest of the Inkays and the Malamars. And if you guys have watched the show as long as I have, James starts to walk away because he's like, I want you to be happy. And I thought, okay, that's the end of Inkay. By my surprise, the Inkay comes back to James, and it's like, James is like, I want you to be happy. And the Inkay's like, I'm happy when I'm with you. I like these guys, but I love you, and I want to stay here with you. And it was just satisfying because James is such a great character, and it was a nice bit of a diversion off of when James and Jesse had to let go of Coughing and Wheezing and Arbok.
Also, James getting rid of Chimecho and Mime Jr. See, James is the best Pokemon trainer because he doesn't actually physically catch his Pokemon. He doesn't battle to catch his Pokemon. They come to him. Also, Team Rocket has a black Rotom phone.
Was it from a black Rotom?
No.
Is there Rotom racism in the Pokemon world?
No. Maybe Ash just chooses to have red and orange Pokedexes because it reminds him of his original run.
Definitely check out our Pokedex episode, by the way, guys. Moving on to the Officer Jenny's of Pokemon Sun and Moon, we have Samantha Moon.
Attention! This road will be closed until such time as the timber can be removed. Until that happens, please use a different route.
Have any of you been hurt?
Can you tell us what happened?
Professor Kukui. A large group of Rattata and Raticate were eating everything in the field. And during their escape, they raced across the road, causing all of this.
Samantha Moon. Very small-time actress. The only other thing was in the music department for the Flowering Heart TV series. She performed the theme song. She does have kind of the same energy as Lee Quick.
Yeah, I think it's cute. She's got
a good attempt.
She's got a nice pep to her voice. And
a very, very good attempt.
With the nice matter-of-fact edge. Like, hey, the road's closed, so of course you want to use a different route, you know?
Yeah.
I think during this time also, Officer Jenny's got a bit of an attitude change, where she seems a little bit more grown up. She's very relaxed to just what her job is, where it's just helping people out. And just like, not every day is going to have a lot of action in it, but it's just, she takes it day by day with a smile and she enjoys it.
Mm-hmm. Loves doing her job.
That's kind of why I wanted to make the black and white comparison, is because Sun and Moon and onwards is Jenny growing up and just being like...
and his weird little headcanon.
Yeah, I know. I have to talk about something. A lot of these guys suck ass.
Strong start, not strong follow-ups.
Samantha Moon existed for 2 episodes, and we moved on to Martha Harms.
Hello, Officer Jenny. How come your usual partner Gumshoes isn't here? Oh dear, you're thinking of my sister from Mele Mele. My one and only partner is Granbull. You two sure look alike.
There's a 99% resemblance to her sister.
Then that last 1% stands for just how much cuter I am than her.
Huh, I didn't make that conclusion.
Huh?
So they kind of try to justify the voice actor change by saying that she's from a different island of Alola.
Rock has said every Jenny is different.
Yeah, I get that, but they don't have a different voice actress for every Jenny. And that is something that is kind of implied, is that, like, you have to consider this might be a different Jenny. But then it's like, she stays as Jenny for the remainder of Sun and Moon, so it's like, we have to assume that every time you see this Jenny, she's always from this one island.
But yet, Martha Hams. Also known voices, Princess Marlene Aston from the Visions of Escaflowne, Monami from Shin-Chan, Maya from the Borderlands series, Makiko from Heaven's Lost Property, Yuka Amino from Blood Sea, and Mill from Space Dandy. Overall performance? I like her performance.
Yeah, I do too. I think she is take advantage of the fact that it is a different Jenny, I guess. So, given the situation, she's sounding more bubbly or cuter because of just the situation she put her in, comparing herself to her sister. Very, what's a nice way to say narcissistic?
Self-aware.
I guess. I don't get this outfit. Her shirt's less formal. It's not buttoned up all the way to make me think that, okay, it's hot. It's a Hawaiian, it's based off of Hawaii, so of course she'd want to dress more casually. But then she has like...
I'm surprised they just didn't go full Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah,
that would have been a great reference.
It's like they're trying to go for both a casual look and a professional look for her, but it doesn't portray either one that well at all. And also she's got this like SWAT body armor on her, and I don't know about the crimes throughout the Alola region, but I have a feeling that that's not horribly needed for just day-to-day shit. Like, the most that I think that they have is just, like, Rattata's eating food and shit. It's not like you got, like, Hitmonchan and Hitmontop doing...
Remember, the Rattata and the Alola aren't wild animals. They're tamed pets.
But, like, is the vest for, like, when she gets hit by bullet seed or something? Like...
No, actual people with guns. No, they've established that guns are a thing in Pokemon. Go! Bang bang! Bang bang! When you're going through the rough neighborhoods of Galar and seeing a bunch of soccer hooligans or a bunch of knackers, you pull out the Glock.
Yeah, and then you try to shoot Pikachu in the head and you miss, and then Professor Oak's like, you were close.
You gotta pull out the Grip Skididly if Galarians want to get silly. Pop pop if you want to make the Alone Thugs drop. Look, Alola's weird. She doesn't have a Growlithe, she has a Granbull.
Or a Gumshoe.
Now, see, Gumshoe actually has a Pokédex entry that would benefit an officer. Granbull is just a spoiled bulldog pup. It's just a giant bulldog fairy type that's technically just a spoiled creature. Because every other interpretation of Granbull and Snubbull is they're prized show dogs.
Okay.
But Sun and Moon is where Snubbull and Granbull become fairy types.
Okay.
And I guess there's no Growlithe on Alola? I don't remember. I didn't like Sun and Moon that much.
Really? I thought it was fun.
Oh, I thought it was fun. It's just not one of my favorites. Like, halfway through the story, I just felt disconnected.
So, according to Behind the Voice Actors, Martha Harms voiced Officer Jenny in Pokemon Journeys. I honestly can't confirm it.
It's not out yet. Or it is out, but I don't know.
The first bit of it's out, and there's an episode with Jenny. It doesn't sound like Harms at all. It's not as bubbly. But also, researching Pokemon just through the cast list is a massive pain in the ass, because it doesn't update the credits based on episode. The credits only update based on seasons. And for a lot of this stuff, she's in the credits along with another voice actress, Emily Bauer, or also known as Janess, who has voiced her in the movies The Power of Us and the Mewtwo Strikes Back remake.
Officer Jenny!
Is there a problem, officer?
Right before your eyes.
Oh, they're Ivysaur.
Oh, while you're here, I'm not sure if this is connected to the Ivysaur, but look.
Team Rocket!
But her history with voice acting runs very, very deep. Megumi Morisato from Oh My Goddess, Lestel from Nazca of the Valley of the Wind.
Dawn,
of course. The big one. She was in Last Man? Oh shit, she was in Last Man. In Arc V, she was Zuzu Boyle and Lulu Obsidian. And she's the voice of Alolan Vulpix.
Dawn's not your favorite. I'd assume Misty's above.
No, she's my favorite companion.
Really?
Yeah, Dawn's my favorite companion.
You know, I don't think I've actually heard your reasoning behind that. I mean, I know you're not a fan of May too much. I liked May, but I never saw Dawn as much. She's peppy, but I don't know.
There's a depth to Dawn's character. Also, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum are my favorite. That's my favorite generation other than Unova, a very close second.
Yeah, I love Platinum.
Because Platinum and Black 2, White 2 saved competitive Pokemon and reestablished staples. But Dawn, see, May has a direct connection to the story in kind of a... So she's going around because she's unnaturally attached in a way. Because she's, Norman's daughter. But Dawn is not only is she a fresh face filled with personality, but she goes in very wide-eyed and ecstatic, and May gets annoying sometimes. Dawn, not really. Dawn has very human traits with the way she just interacts with people, and she also puts a lot more effort and energy into her contest performances. And I will argue that her contest arcs are stronger than May's.
Alright, let's wrap it up. Bauer's okay. I mean, what? I hate to end these on dour notes, but it's like, there's not much to say. She doesn't have as much personality compared to Quick, Mornelli, or
actually, wouldn't you say that this is a Bauer?
What?
Wouldn't you say this is a Bauer note? Instead of a dour note, it's a Bauer note. Allow me to turn my trusty frying pan into my trusty drying pan. Best is Quick, in my opinion. Worst is Saskia. No, not Saskia. Lipica. Lipica Shah. And weirdest is Harms.
Like I said before, Mornelli's good, like really good, but you gotta give it to the original. I'm giving it, my best is going to Quick. My worst is... Kayzie Rogers. And my weirdest is going to be Martha Harms.
Fair beans.
Thank you guys so much for watching the episode once again. God damn it. 1 second. I'm so close.
Oh, this is gonna be a voice bit.
Gotta recompose myself. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Once again, give us like, comment, subscribe if you've made it this far and you have enjoyed the show. Follow us on social medias at /TheVoiceCast, Twitter at /TheVoiceCast1, and follow us on your favorite podcast platforms through anchor.fm/voicecasters. In the comment down below, let us know your best, worst, and weirdest Officer Jenny voice actors. I've been Justin.
This has been Will. Ta-ta for now.
Peace out.